Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the likes and subscribes and the views. We're going to be starting with the Angel Answer Oracle card for your weekly love reading. This card answers whatever question you have at the end. Sometimes it becomes a part of the reading also. So, okay, let's start with your Romance Angel Oracle card for Aquarius in 3. Now, I do, I almost said shatter. That's weird. Shuffle the cards before I begin. Okay. Don't normally take it, but we're going to go with it, Aquarius. You get 2 cards. I don't do reversals. They just, those that help know that, so I just don't. So you got, Aquarius, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And for this one, it's so funny. This is actually someone kneeling in front of her. But I believe it's someone kneeling in front of her. And then at the time, it just looks like a pile of stuff, like nothing important. So to me, it's almost like you don't see what's real. You're not seeing something. So it's almost like you're making excuses. It's almost like that codependent kind of relationship where you make excuses for someone else's bad behavior. And then you got calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Wow. Talk about 2 ends of a spectrum here. So this is what I have to say. This to me is, what's the expression? The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. So when you're using the law of attraction and you're using your affirmations to bring in your soulmate, the person you believe is perfect for you, beware that you are not saying things like, and I don't want whatever. I don't want an alcoholic. I don't want someone who has addictions. That will bring them to you instead of away from you. So Aquarius, what you need to be saying if you are actually doing this and trying to call your soulmate is I am with, my perfect partner. I am with someone who is as mindful as I am about health and caring and respect and humor as I am. Or, you know what I mean? Those things. But keep in mind that in that situation, you have to make sure that you are ready for a reciprocal relationship at whatever level you are at. Not that you feel like, people are so funny. They get into relationships and then they suddenly want to change everything about themselves. But the person met you as you are. So they must have liked you as you are. Or there needs to be that conversation that says, I like everything about you, but, which is hard, but you never know. It does work sometimes, Aquarius. And so you must be calling in a soulmate who has some things that might be red flags for you. But only you can decide that, I would never tell anybody what you should or should not do. So, tell us more about Aquarius' situation. Let's see here. Cards for Aquarius for this week for love. Some cards for Aquarius for love. Okay. Anything else for Aquarius from this deck? This is the Dark Mansion Tarot. Nope. Boy, Aquarius. Okay, so you got 1 card from... Oh, it's not 1 card. Did you see that? That's a whole bunch of cards. Ooh. You could be dealing with the King of Pentacles, Aquarius. This would be a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. They are usually the managers. They are very... usually monetarily, financially, or home well prepared. These are things that are important to them. I do find, though, that although Virgos and Capricorns work a lot, especially Virgos tend to work a lot, very financially bound in some way. And I say bound because it seems to be something they relate themselves to their work very much. Taurians seem to be more home-related than work-related, although they do tend to be very financially aware. but it's definitely a different vibe. So this is what I see possibly that you're dealing with. So by the way, in relation to the red flags, if you want someone who's going to be around all the time to do things when you want, if you have a Virgo in your life, or even a Capricorn and maybe a Taurus, they will tend to be the kind of people who are on call, who offer to work for other people, who will switch and get more hours by working with other people, for other people. So if you need a lot of attention, this may be a red flag for you. Most definitely a possibility, because you also got Temperance. Temperance is about patience. And look at the patience. She's pouring from this bottle into this bottle, and teeny tiny opening. It's an opening. It's almost like a funnel though. So this is like, when you're running out of, your shampoo is almost done, but you still have a little bit, or the soap, and you want to pour it into the next bottle. You got to slowly pour it in and wait. And that to me is what I was talking about with your possible red flags with your earth sign, that you may have to see, and it may or may not be something you can change. Interestingly enough, the next card is the Eight of Cups. This is about walking away to look for your ninth cup. So this to me says that this person may seem really great, but, do you have the patience to do what's going to be needed, or will you walk away? The Knight of Wands. Now, Knights, they've already started the journey. He's already been on it, because as a court card, I always say they could be people. So you could have a fire sign, or have a fire sign in your chart, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And the Knight of Cups, I am referencing real quick my little book here, because there are certain cards that always make me stop and hesitate. He's passionate, ready to take on the world. He's an explorer. Could have to do with travel or a change of residence, which is funny because change of residence and she's walking away. Oh, are you possibly involved with someone and one of you is moving? Because that could also be a red flag too. Now that you're attached, what do? Could be a hermit within. A hermit, sorry. The Hermit is the Virgo card. So you right now have all the earth, have the earth signs because of the King of Pentacles, which Virgo is one. You also have the fire signs because of the Knight of Wands. This would make a lot of sense because this is about looking inside you. What's in your heart? Who are you? Do you resonate? Can you live with the working, the possible workaholic type of person who is very successful? Do you have the patience to do this? Or will this make you think about walking away, because it is very time consuming and there's going to be effort into this? Do you like that passionate, fiery person, and maybe what this is saying is you're walking away from the earth sign because it's taking you so much patience, and you are moving on to the explorer, this passionate, adventure kind of person. So you're moving forward to look into yourself. This could also say that your red flags and you're calling in your soulmate is maybe through this process of this relationship, you have actually seen the red flags within you. Not that anybody else needs to change. Maybe you just don't like what you're seeing in yourself. And so you're working on that. And that would be wonderful, because you want to be your best when you meet your soulmate, because you're going to draw to you what you are. So if you're a basket case, they're a basket case. Now, granted, some people that's great because you are at the same level. And if you're willing to work together, that can be phenomenal. But that really does take a lot of patience. And walking away might be difficult to do. Or it might be something that you just want to because you just can't take it anymore. Only you can answer that though, Aquarius. So, here we go. Aquarius, what's your question? Here's your answer. If you believe. Wow. So if you believe, Aquarius, this to me says, and keep in mind now, I just did Pisces card reading, their love reading, and it was about an ex coming back and possibly a reconciliation. And because of your cards, this could also say the same thing for you, that maybe this is someone you've walked away from before, and that would be the red flags. But you still feel that they're your soulmate, so you bring them back. Keep in mind, Mercury is going retrograde the end of this, or middle to end of this month. So this says, if you believe it can work, it can work. Law of attraction, what you think about, you bring about. So if you say this person is a jerk who treats me like garbage all the time, doesn't think about me, it's probably exactly what you're going to get. If you say, my person treats me phenomenal, always has time for me, loves me, knows exactly what I need, you're more likely to get that. But you may not get it from that specific person, because you can't make someone be who they're not. Otherwise, eventually that, unless they willingly are changing, it doesn't last. So thank you very much for being here, Aquarius. Stay positive. Remember the law of attraction. If you really want your soulmate, be sure to only use positive words. Don't use the word not or don't, okay? My perfect soulmate is coming into me. And keep in mind that soulmates, unfortunately, are sometimes people who come into our lives because you have a soul contract with them from before you got here. And that soul contract might be to learn how to set a boundary. It could be learn how to deal with, someone who works too much, how to deal with red flags, you know what I mean? So, but then they don't always stay. So if you want them to stay, this is going to take a little work. But anything worthwhile is always a little more difficult, I think. So thank you very much for being here, Aquarius. I really appreciate it. Please give me a like, and you have a wonderful week. Take care. Bye.